Good morning, Malaysia. This is Dr. K.N. Singh from Johor Bahru again on the 22nd of December 2022, wishing all our Christian friends a very Merry Christmas and all the Malaysian Rakyat a very Happy New Year. We will definitely have a Happy New Year because we have a new government of our choice and the Prime Minister of our choice. Let's see what happens next. As I said in the last podcast, the confidence vote for the Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim was passed by two-thirds majority, though the opposition made a feeble attempt to say the numbers were not accurate. As long as it was passed, and by a majority of 148 votes in the parliament, which actually means that Perikatan National claim of having 122 votes was a blatant lie, as there are only 222 members of parliament. The Sultan of Perak, in his address to the Perak Assembly, commented on the seeds of racism and religious intolerance that are being sown by opposition parties and religious groups. His call to follow the 5 tenets of Rukun Negara must be followed by all Malaysians. I think it's important. Those opposition members who are frustrated by the endorsement of the elected unity government by the people must now realize that it's better if they form a credible opposition and keep the government in check without blocking their progress. Now, what is progress? The sacking of all political appointees in top posts is, in my view, progress. The new Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim has the will and the guts to stop the financial drain from Malaysia's coffer put in place by the past backdoor governments begging for support. The MOU signed by unity government parties is another wise move, and this is based on the anti-hopping law, as voting against the party can be construed as hopping as well. As I earlier said, the Prime Minister has foresight. He has dealt with the cause that this unity government was not legal, as the PN and the PAS were not represented, and this is rubbish because both of them were asked first by the Agong himself, but they spurned his offer to form a unity government. There is no backtracking now, so all they can do is try and slow Prime Minister Anwar's progress. Now there are economic issues to tackle, and if temporary occupation licenses can be given to farmers, food production, I think, can be doubled in 90 days, at least fresh green food. The floods have caused havoc in east coast of Peninsular Malaysia and East Malaysia as well, though we do not hear much news from there. Relief must be provided and money must be available to be spent with transparency to elevate this flood situation. The budget must be dealt with and it must be fair, and the 2 billion set aside for JAKIM must be cancelled, as this will be used by them to create racial disharmony. The rulers in each state are there to steer the Malays and guide them in their religious duties, as they are the head of the Malay religion in each state by constitution. JAKIM was created by Tun Mahathir to have a tool to challenge the rulers, so he could always blame someone else if things went wrong. The Johor Sultan, in his wisdom, has banned JAKIM from Johor, which is why Johor is the state with the least racial tension in the country. We all need to introspect. If we do, all of us will come to the same conclusion. Sadly, not many of us are prepared to put their neck on the line for our country. I've been told many times that what I say is what every Malaysian wants to say, but doesn't know how or is afraid to say it. With our present government, I know we will not have a problem with free speech. I have also been told that I'm pro Anwar. This is not true. If you listen to my earlier podcasts, I just happen to be pro truth, pro honesty, and pro integrity. Until we meet again, have a great day, Malaysia, and thank you for listening.